The city of Edmonton has undergone a few name changes recently. In light of a mass grave found on a residential school site in Kamloops, City Council pushed to have a mural and a number of public pieces of infrastructure altered. All of these were depicting Bishop Vital-Justin Grandin, one of the architects of the residential school system in Western Canada. This is the quick history of Vital-Justin Grandin and the discussion around physical monuments to his legacy. Vital-Justin Grandin was a Catholic bishop hailing originally from Saint-Pierre-de-la-Cour, France. Born in 1829, he lived a completely unremarkable life until his ordination in 1853. He was immediately sent to Canada in a missionary role, originally to St. Boniface, Manitoba, before being moved into Rupert's Land. He was given a vicariate in Saskatchewan, and finally, in 1871, a bishopric in St. Albert, just north of Edmonton. In 1879, Prime Minister John A. Macdonald commissioned a report from Nicholas Davin, the Member of Parliament for Assiniboia West. This is roughly southern Alberta and Saskatchewan territory. The report was on how to establish a concentration-style boarding school system similar to the ones used by President Ulysses S. Grant in the United States. The Davin Report, or more officially known, the Report on Industrial Schools for Indians and Half-Breeds, suggested that, in order to successfully settle the newly created Northwestern Territory, cultural assimilation needed to happen in regards to the Métis and First Nations in what was now Saskatchewan and Alberta. They sought out assistance from the Catholic Church as it already had a presence in the territory's education system and was operating schools in the eastern parts of Canada. Grandin was enthusiastic about the proposal and used his experience viewing a youth reformatory prism in Chiteau, France, as the basis for his focus on First Nations children. Grandin was given permission to start his program as he saw fit, and residential schools soon popped up all across the Canadian prairies. In 1888, the first of many scandals popped up when a 17-year-old runaway from one of his schools accused the staff of physical and sexual abuse. The church intervened and closed the school, only for more and more cases to be called out. The Catholic Church convinced the Canadian government to not intervene, leading to more sexual abuse, violence, and death becoming rampant throughout the system. Disease contributed heavily to the death toll, as cramped living quarters and harsh punishments were the treatment du jour for anyone not following orders. Grandin would continue to deal with scandal after scandal until his death in 1902. In present day, both Edmonton and St. Albert have locations named after the bishop. St. Albert has an entire neighborhood named Grandin and are in talks about possibly renaming the suburb. Edmonton decided to name their light rail transit stop around the legislature to Grandin Station, and even had a mural commissioned in 1989 showing him removing a child from an Aboriginal family. You're asking yourself, why would they put up a mural to that guy? Well, you see, Grandin was a champion for the Francophone and Catholic population of Alberta and Saskatchewan, and was instrumental in assisting in the population of Edmonton and the towns surrounding it, such as Beaumont, Lacombe, and Mornville. His successor, Émile-Joseph Legal, and Legal's successor, Henri-Joseph O'Leary, continued their colonial boosterism of the West. Legal himself has a town named after him, and O'Leary has a prominent Edmonton school on its north side. Something tells me I might have to cover them in the future. So the Grandin mural went up and sat there until 2012, when the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada opened up the issue of residential schools to the broader public view. In 2020, a local Edmonton woman gained traction with a petition to recontextualize the mural and rename the subway stop to Reconciliation Station. In 2021, in a snap vote, Edmonton City Council decided unanimously to remove both the name and the mural, erasing Grandin's name off any public works in the city. And that is the history of who Grandin was, his deeds, and his legacy. Thanks for watching.